All right, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Nakar Kodash. I want to say and give double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders, a great millstone for teachers, real and truth and sincerity, and for ruling well. And salutations to my fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching and prophesying in the name of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Here on the brother Gabar Yahweh from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another lesson. This lesson was inspired by information as well as this picture that you see in front of you regarding the Jays, and their disruptive and destructive behavior in which they pollute the whole earth, and that's exactly what's happened in this time that we're living in completely. Esau, Edom has polluted the whole earth, and everything we know about, or we think we know about sex here in this world, it stems from the mind of the devil, Esau, Edom. Real quick before I get into this, as you see this picture right here in front of you, Lord willing, I'll repost this picture back up. About that, I hit a button. But anyway, I want to open up with a precept real quick, because you see this picture right here in front of you. This is evidence. And whenever you look at different aspects of the society that we live in today, you're going to notice one thing that's common. Wherever wickedness and evil is, you're going to see Jays in prominent position in the world, whether that's through government, whether that's through entertainment, whether that's through sexual entertainment, athletics. You're going to see these Jays at the top, at the forefront of these things, polluting the world with their agenda, all right? And that's just another sign to show you that these people are not the Lord's people, but in reality, these people are the basis of men, all right? So real quick, let me get this precept real quick. It's the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 15. 2nd Ezra chapter 15. All right. Yep. And matter of fact, I'll start at 1, but the point's in 5. All right. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord." And that's what we push. We push prophecy. And one major prophecy is that the Lord is going to destroy the nation of Edom, starting first with Amalek. He's a nation, or a tribe out of the nation of Edom. All right, and Amalek today is the so-called Jays. All right, the so-called Jays. All right, and these are the same people that, on one hand, they'll quick to say, "Oh, we're God's people, we're the chosen people," but on the other hand, they're doing everything that's wicked. Hey, they're the ones behind hookup culture. Because all of that stems from pornography. All right, it says every single aspect of pornography and hookup culture is Jayish. Right. Let's look at the term for hookup culture real quick. Hookup culture is one that accepts and encourages casual sex encounters, including one-night stands and other related activity, without necessarily including emotional intimacy, bonding, and committed relationships. Right, and these people are the ones that push that. So let's go back to, I want to finish 2nd Ezra, and I'm gonna come right back to this. Right, 2nd Ezra chapter 15 verse 1 again. "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people and the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord." And that's what we push to the Lord's people. And you notice that the Jays, they're not pushing that spirit toward the people, especially the people they claim to be. All right. And again, one of the major prophecies that the Lord is going to destroy the nation of Edom, especially the tribe of Amalek, which today would be these small hats. All right. These small hats. All right. Let's keep on reading. Verse 2. "And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true." Right. And those words that were written in paper that are faithful and true are the words of the Bible. All right. The Bible is the most accurate book on the planet Earth. There's no other book that's more accurate than the Bible. All right. It says, let's keep on reading. "Fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee," whether that's 2/3 of our people or these other nations. And the incredulity is unbelief. And these Jays, trust me, they don't believe in the Bible. Because if they did, they wouldn't have created the industry like this. The satanic, wicked industry like this. All right, especially we'll come up with something called hookup culture. Like I said, we're gonna go back to that. All right, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Here's the point. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness," Salaki, the point was in 6. "For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled." And this is an example of the hurtful works. Now, who's the purveyors of wickedness? The so-called white man, Esau, Edom, right? Let's get to First Maccabees chapter 1, straight to the point. Yep. This is First Maccabees 1 and 7. "So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died," right? And we know that Alexander is or was an Edomite. All right. Let's keep on reading. Is or was an Edomite. Let me see something about that slide. Right. So we know that Alexander is and was an Edomite. It says, "So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died." This is Alexander the Great. Verse 8. "And his servants bear rule every one in his place." These are his different generals, right? "And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth." So whenever this double came into power, what happens? Evils multiply in the earth, all right? And this shit being one of them. And we've all been victims of this shit. And a vast majority of the people in these generations, what you learned about sex, how to deal with men and dealing with women, and even to the other stuff that's pushed out, this whole ABC agenda, it comes from the mind and mouth and ideas of the Jays, of the Edomites. And again, it's no surprise that they're overly represented in this industry. All right? In this industry, the whole hookup culture, it comes from the minds of these Edomites, man. All right? The whole pornographic industry, it comes from the mind of an Edomite. We learn sex. We learn what sex is in this world through the lens and through the eyes of an Edomite, of a monster. And trust me, this whole industry is spread across the world rapidly, man. All right? And this ain't the first time they did it. They were doing it even prior to World War II. It came out that them Jays was over there polluting the minds of the people. And they didn't want that. All right? So that gave them another reason to roll on them people the way they did. And these are the purveyors of this shit. So going back to hookup culture, again, it said evils were multiplied in the earth. It says hookup culture. This is from Wikipedia. Let's read this. Right. It says hookup culture is one that accepts and encourages casual sex encounters. And in our culture, in the ancient Israelite culture, we didn't have casual sexual encounters. Right? You had men did deal with prostitutes and had concubines, but men did that. Women weren't allowed to get into that. Right? I always bring out this document right here that I found, referred to this information right here off of BibleOdyssey.org. Okay, and it says right off of BibleOdyssey.org, and it says weddings and marriages traditions in ancient Israel. All right, and I'll skip down to the point. Right? It says right here, the relationship, right here. Okay, it says the relationship between husband and wives was not equal in the ancient Near East, including Israel, right? Because in this society, they teach you that, the whole sex thing is supposed to be equal. A woman gives her casual consent or consent to do that stuff, and a man. And we know that the man's consent is not held above the woman's consent in the society. But this is something we're taught, that a woman, she just wake up one day and she choose her mate, and the man do the same thing. And that's not the case. It says the relationship between husband and wives was not equal in the ancient Near East, including Israel. Baal, one of the Hebrew words for husband, also meant Lord or master. And men had life and death power over women in the case of adultery. Right, so if a husband in the ancient Israel found out his wife was committing adultery, meaning having sex with another man, she would get put to death. Right? So it says, had life and death power over the woman in the case of adultery, which in ancient Israel involved a woman having sex outside of her marriage, or a man having sex with another man's wife. Men, though, could have multiple wives and concubines, and were allowed to go to prostitutes. Thus, monogamy was a one-way street, right? And we know that monogamy, as it pertains to in this society, is basically a man dealing with one woman and a woman supposedly dealing with one man. That's heavily pushed in society, and they push that on you, but that's not our culture. Monogamy was a one-way street. A woman dealt with one man. She didn't have casual encounters. And men weren't just having casual encounters with any woman that they met, because that woman that they met could have had a husband or could have been promised to a man. So therefore, that pushes adultery. And that's why, this man, he calls himself the Lord's people by calling himself, JJs, small hats, right? Well, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 16. Because he's the wicked, right? Esau is the wicked. This is the Most High, judge of the power, the judge of, this is God, the judge of the righteous and the wicked, or the power, the judge of the righteous and the wicked. This is Psalms 50 and 16. But unto the wicked, the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my word behind thee? Right, and this is an example. This right here, this picture right here, is an example of this devil hating instruction and casting his word behind him. Right, he took the Lord's covenant in his mouth. Right, calling himself, wish people. Right, but they hate instruction and righteousness, and there's nothing righteous about the pornographic industry or hookup culture. Right, there's nothing righteous about that shit. Right, so going back into this, it says hookup culture is one that accepts and encourages casual sex encounters, including one-night stands. And this is the reason why so many relationships in this country and around the world are in shambles. What they call it Western culture. And who rules Western culture? Esau, Edom, by way of his Edomite minions, Amalek. Right? Who runs it? Who creates it? Who distributes it? So-called white man. He's at the top of all that shit. You got OnlyFans, right? Hold on. OnlyFans. Well, OnlyFans is run and owned by a J. His name is Leonard Radvinsky, right? Leonard Radvinsky. Okay? This nigga, this devil, he's 40 to 41 years old, and this devil owns one of the most lucrative the sex websites on the planet Earth, man. All right? This is OnlyFans owner gets over 500 million in dividends in 2 years, right? Says Leonard Leo Radvinsky is United States is United Kingdom Ukrainian American, and you know that Ukraine, that's a seat of them J's, man. That in the state of Israel. It says Ukrainian American businessman, pornographer, and community programmer. He is the founder of the cam site My Free Cams through his holding company, MFCXY Inc., and a majority owner of content subscription service OnlyFans. Check this out. Radvinsky was born in Odessa, Ukraine, and his family later immigrated to Chicago when he was a child. In 2002, he graduated from Northwestern University with a degree in economics. He is Jewish. Yep, so he's a J. So these J's, they at the forefront of this wickedness. Okay? They at the forefront of this wickedness. And these are the same people that claim to be the Lord's people. And they're only claiming that in name only. Because in reality, we know that they're not the Lord's people. Because if they was, they wouldn't be pushing this wickedness, man. Right? You have this culture. They're the creators of all of this evil. Hookup culture. You know, you see this devil right here, man. Look at this devil. This Satan right here, man. Satan with a smile, man. And he gets to walk off in the sunset, but he destroyed, and he's continually destroying many people, the minds of men, women, and children. All right, by putting this poison in it. All right. So it says hookup culture is one that accepts and encourages the casual sex encounters, including one-night stands. That's why you got Tinder. That's why you got all these different hookup websites, Bumble, POF, all of that, and other related activity without necessarily including emotional intimacy, bonding. Listen to this: bonding or a committed relationship. It is generally associated with Western late adolescent sexuality, which is what? Adolescent sexuality is the stage of human development in which adolescents experience and explore sexual feelings, interests, and sexuality intensifies during the onset of puberty. So they catch you while you as a child. And we know that, you know, sex in this world is extremely easily, what's the word? It's easily, sex is easily available in this society, all right? You just get on your phone. These kids got phones, and everybody's on the websites, you know what I'm saying? But learning this, learning that who's behind this shit is the wicked. The bases of men, all right? The bases of men have taught the people what sex is, man. And this coming out of his filthy mind. That's why getting shitted on, getting peed on, beat, you know, damn near murdered, damn near put to death is accepted. All forms of sexual and perversion. If did not the Lord say he mingled a perverse spirit? A perverse spirit? Yep. This is the book of, here in this place, this is the book of Isaiah 19, verse 14. The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. And we know that America is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. All right? And why is it? Because of all the wickedness that goes on here. Right? This is Revelation 11 and 8. And their dead bodies, whose dead bodies? The Israelites. Dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. What great city is that? America, Babylon the Great. Right? Which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified, where his image was X'd out. And we know that sodomy runs rampant in this so-called sex industry, man. These Jays are at the head of everything that's in this world, man. Whether that be economics, the financial aspect or society, whether that be the sex industry, whether that be the movie industry, Hollywood, which this wicked shit go on in there, the music industry. There ain't no Israelites ruling that. They might give you a little spot, but you're not the real Israelites. You so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans. You're the entertainment. That's all you are. And you got to sell out in order to get the so-called big bucks, right? While these Jays, they don't got to play football. They ain't got to play basketball, hurt their bodies, breaking their bodies. They don't have to get in front of the camera and expose themselves. They don't have to get on a casting couch. They're the ones that bring the casting couch in. That's why this place is spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah. And these are examples of that shit. Right? Says these are examples. Al Goldstein. The only reason he says the only reason Jays are in the pornography is that we think Christ sucks. Catholicism sucks. Nathan Abrams, anal sex is Jewish sex. I didn't say that. Fabian, he said this. Sean Rad, founder of Tinder. Ron Jeremy, which he's a wicked demon. And he got a slap on the wrist. I think he said he can't be charged for his sexual crimes because he's sick. right? Ron Jeremy said, I got to F Roman Catholic chicks and fulfill every fantasy every Jewish boy ever had, right? You see, right? Ruben Sturman, Walt Disney of porn. Ruben Sturman, Fabian Thalman, CEO of I can't really get that. Founder of Campaign for Porn. You know what I'm saying? Gary Kremen, founder of Sex.com and Match.com. Right? Adam Glasser, right? AKA Seymour Butts, the king of gonzo porn, man. You know? It's these Edomites are behind all of this wicked shit. All right? So I found this website, this page right here. This is posted up. This is from Christians for Truth. Meet the nice Jewish couple who happen to be the largest distributors of gay pornography, man. So here it is. These people, they push this shit. But in their country, they don't want their children to have access to this shit. Right? And in their country, which is really not theirs, they took it over. But in the state of Israel, these Jays, they don't want that. Even in their own homes, they try to hide it from their children. And look, these motherfuckers got the smile. Look at this devil. These look like demons, man. And these are the ones that peddle that filth. And we grow up thinking that this shit is acceptable, man. Banging bitches in the ass, was that shit, according to the scriptures, that's not acceptable. What does it say in the scriptures? There shall be no whore of the Sodom of the daughters of Israel. Right there shall no whore. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23, verse 17. All right? Deuteronomy 23, verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. You see? Thou shalt not bring the hire of a whore or the price of a dog into the house of the Lord thy God, thy power, for any vow, for even both these are abomination unto the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua thy power. Right? But these Edomites, they feel the necessity to push that shit on the true Israelites, particularly the so-called Negroes, Latino, Native Americans. When you look at our women, they're nothing but whores, man. When you look at our men, they're nothing but sodomites, man. And they push that shit, and that's a learned behavior. No one's born like this. You learn that shit. But that's all you see amongst our people. Why? For people like this, people like these people. You look at Jays, you look at the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. What is it called? These chicks like this. Right, these bitches, sexy reds, and the sexy reds and the Suckianas. You know, this chick, sexy red, she's pregnant, and she's a whore. She says she's a hoe. She glad to be a hoe. Right? Some idiot put seed in this demon, and she's at shows, pregnant as F, twerking. You know, she's at shows, twerking, pushing that whore culture. But who's behind her? Them Jays, man. The small hats. The small hats are the ones behind her. Right? And not only her, all of these whores of our people. From the R&B singers like SZA to these rapping bitches like what's her name? Shit, what's the first name? Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, right? They scissoring in a video. These chicks scissoring in a video. Look at this shit. Here it is. These bitches supposed to be heterosexual. She's supposed to be in a so-called monogamous relationship, married to a man, but she in her videos bumping coochies with another bitch, man. You know, these hoes is online bumping coochies, simulating lesbian sex, man. Simulating lesbian sex, right? All over the place. But these people, they're just the tools used to get into the minds of the women, right? They're used to push this spirit of horror. What you had the what's them bitch's name? what's these hoes' name? The City Girls had a new album that didn't do good called Real Ass Whores. Or Raw, right? And these girls, yeah, right here, Raw, Real Ass Whores, Real Ass Whores, Raw, City Girls, man. Real ass whore, legends will never die. You know? And who pushes this spirit out here? Who pushes this? The so-called white man. Because this is the mindset of all these women 35 and under, and even older. Just living a whore life. What they call it their whore phase. But what did the precept say? There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. And when you look at Jake, they on that same shit. You got all these homosexual rappers, Little Nas X, was it Saucy Santana? Right? A grown-ass man dressed like a woman. A grown-ass man dressed like a woman. But who's the one behind this nigga? Esau Edom. Amalek. He pushed this. Right? Going back to this, it says, meet the nice Jewish couple who happen to be the largest distributors of gay pornography in America. It says, for nearly 4 decades, Karen and Barry Mason owned Circus of Books, a book and video store that was considered Los Angeles Center of Gay the gay universe, and later on became one of the largest distributors of gay pornography in America. Right? Now their lives are the subject of a documentary dropping on Netflix on Wednesday, Circus of Books, made by their filmmaker and artist daughter, Rochelle Mason. It's a good film, Karen Mason said. I just wish it were about someone else, because they don't like to tell the truth. They like to hide behind their so-called religion, right? They like to hide behind their so-called ethnicity, right? While doing the wickedness. Right? They don't like to be exposed. Why would she want this to be about somebody else? Because it exposes them. Right? It says now their lives are the subject of a documentary dropping on Netflix on Wednesday, Circus of Books, made by their filmmaker and artist daughter, Rachel Mason. It's a good film, Karen Mason said. I just wish it were about someone else. Never in a million years did I think she'd make anything the least bit mainstream, said Karen, who had long preferred people not know what she did for a living. Had I known this, I never would have done it. Right? You see, she didn't want these people. They want to act like they're just a hapless, nice, married Jewish couple. But in the background, in the room, they're the biggest purveyors of homosexuality. When the scriptures speak expressly against that, showing that these people don't believe in the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. They don't believe in the Heavenly Father in this sense. This is not the scripture says. He is not at all in this. What is that? Always getting mixed up. So just bear with me. I want to say Psalm chapter 10. Could be Proverbs 10. Yep. The Wadi Yahweh by Psalms 10 and 4. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. And that's Esau Edom, because if he was, he wouldn't be the biggest purveyor of homosexual sex in America, distributing that shit. The wicked are too proud to seek the Most High. They seem to think that the Most High is dead, and that's why they do the things they do. They too proud to seek after the Most High. It says, but now she's making a peace. It says, but now she's making peace with being recognized, while her husband Barry thrives on the attention, happily schmoozing with whomever talks to him. So he loves this dude. He loves being the biggest distributor of gay pornography in America. He can't get enough of it because he's the wicked, and she can't either. She likes it too. It says as the film makes clear, for most of their childhood, neither Rachel nor her two brothers had a real handle on what their parents did for a living, other than that they owned a bookstore, and that's how Karen preferred it. Karen was raised in a conservative Jewish home and raised her children that way too. So if you was raised in a conservative Jewish home, why would you push this shit out? Because these people ain't the Lord's people. These people are monsters. These are the basis of men. This is Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the Holy One, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and give it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the bases of men. And Esau, Edom, he is the true lowest of mankind. He's the lowest form of humans. All right? And we as Israelite men, we are supposed to be the highest form of humans. All right? But we in this wicked world, we in captivity, Jake going off and doing what they want to do. Right? That's why the scripture says this in the book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 8. So 8 and 10, or 10 and 8. Sirach 10 and 8. Yep. Sirach 10 and 8 says, Ecclesiasticus 10 and 8, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And that's the reason why these Edomites are about to be taken out of power, because of their unrighteous dealings and their riches gotten by deceit. These people got wealthy behind deceit, right? Their children didn't even know about this shit. You know, it says, Karen was raised in a conservative Jewish home and raised her children that way too. The Masons didn't set out to work in the adult industry. It was just a way to provide for their family. So you couldn't figure out no other way to provide for your family. You just, let's sell wickedness, right? Let's sell evil. We always thought something else would show up, and it never really did, said Karen. Karen started her career as a journalist, and Barry was an inventor. But they each quit those professions for different reasons. When Barry took a gig distributing porn magazines for hustler publisher Larry Flint, he quickly recognized a lucrative opportunity when he saw one. It was a different time, pre-internet, when the gay scene was much more underground. The first bookstore opened in West Hollywood, the center of LA's gay life. Later, Circus of Books expanded to Silver Lake and briefly Sherman Oaks. The store's function was a popular and a safe meeting place for gay men. You see this? This man is the devil. This man is the devil, man. The Silver Lake store closed in 2016 when West Hollywood location closed in 2019. It was a front page story in the Los Angeles Times. Karen Mason's going public about her profession is just one part of the journey she goes on in this film. The other is related to her faith. She don't have no faith, man. These Edomites, Psalms 10 and 4. The wicked, through the pride of their countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all their thoughts. The NLT. The wicked are too proud to seek the Most High. They seem to think that God is dead. And those same sentiments have exited the Edomites' mouth so many times I can't count. The other is related to her faith, and saying more about it here will reveal a major spoiler. But let's just say that she's an expert in compartmentalizing between those she deals with professionally and the members of her own family, because she only cares about her own people. Meanwhile, Rachel Mason hopes others can relate to her mother's struggle, and that this film will be able to open people's minds. At the end of the day, porn stars are just people who clock in and clock out. She said, yeah, but they clock in and clock out for other Edomites who push this, because this is a mindset. This is evil, right? And again, this shows you that they're hypocrites, because they'll push this trash and this filth on the other nations. They'll push it on their own kind. But when it comes to them personally, they want to try to hide that shit, right? This is off of Al Jazeera, or from Memory TV, Al Jazeera, right? It says It says Al Jazeera's maiden voice internet channel. Jews created and controlled the porn industry in order to pollute American and Christian values, right? Which the American and Christian values are the same as Jews' values. It's filth. It's filth. They don't have any values. But you see, America used to be a society that was veneered with Christian values, right? But these devils, they polluted this shit. It says in October 2019, a video about Jewish control in the pornography industry was uploaded by Maiden Voice, an Al Jazeera internet audio channel directed at youth. The narrator said that the Jews dominate the porn industry and spread pornography in order to pollute Christian culture and destroy American values. And it's actually done that. Maiden Voice was launched on YouTube and SoundCloud in January 2018, according to the statement released by Al Jazeera. It says this: in 2016, the Israeli Knesset passed a bill that forces the internet service providers, or ISPs, to remove porn websites throughout the country because the content on these sites harms children and hurts the nation. But yet these are the ones, they're the biggest purveyors of this shit. These people, right? These same people, these people push this happy people spirit on people, push this base mindset on people. But when they come to their own, they try to hide this shit. It says, because they know that it destroys people and hurts nations. Even you had that one Arab, he spoke about it. He said that, kids at 12 years old had already had sexual experiences, man, and under. You know what I'm saying? And they big on anal sex, which that's wicked. That's sodomy, right? It says, because the content on these sites harms children and hurts the nation, especially since it has become easier for children to log on to porn websites than it is for them to buy ice cream at a local market. This forced the Jewish state to take action in order to protect minors from this danger. This bill raises legitimate questions because it contains a strange paradox. How come the Jays banned pornography in their own country when they were the first to expand porn and invest in it to begin with? Because they're hypocrites. A few people have tried to present the fact about the role of the Jays in porn, but most of them were either attacked under the pretext of anti-Semitism and incitement to violence, or had their own videos removed from YouTube and the internet. It says the Jays dominated most aspects of the porn industry, if not all of them. According to American Time magazine, the inventor of the sex phone lines was Gloria Leonard, who throughout her porn journey would present herself as a good Jewish girl from the New York neighborhood. And this is the woman right here. I had looked her up. Gloria Leonard. Right here. Gloria Leonard. Right here. All about Gloria Leonard. Gloria Leonard, born Gail Sandra Kalinsky, and this is not an accident. Why is all this wickedness stem from this one people? These one people. Because they're the wicked. They're the wicked, bro. Not just the small hands, but all you Edomites. All you Edomites are the wicked that the Bible speaks of. This is Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies, man. In the NLT, these wicked people are born sinners. That's why they call it the man of sin. Even from birth, they have lied and gone their own way. All right? Born Gail Sandra Kalinsky, because these Jays known for changing their names, right, was an American pornographic actress during the golden age of porn, 1969 and 1984, who later became the publisher of High Society magazine, right? As a board member of Adult Video Association, or the AVA, and its successor, the Free Speech Coalition, right? A board member, Leonard was an outspoken advocate of the adult film industry and free speech. And she's the one that created these phone sex lines back in the day, the 1-900 sex line shit. Even the famous Playboy magazine, which was founded in the mid 1950s, the Jews' control over the magazine team was entirely clear from day one. Most of the male porn actors in the 1970s and 80s were Jews. The most famous of those actors, the most renowned porn actor of all, was American Jew Ron Jeremy, who is known as the porn legend. Stephen Hurst, a 57-year-old Jew, is known as the Donald Trump of porn. He is the manager of the Vivid company, which is known as the Microsoft of porn. You know what I mean? And the list goes on and on. You got people like Alfred Kinsey, another Edomite, a so-called Christian, right? Alfred Kinsey was an American sexologist, biologist, and professor of entomology and zoology. He was a freak, man. Alfred Kinsey was born in 1894 in Hoboken, New Jersey, the son of Sarah and Alfred Kinsey. He was the eldest of 3 children. His mother received little formal education. His father was a professor at Stevenson Institute of Technology. Kinsey's parents were devout Christians. So these people that call themselves Jays and Christians, devout ones, these are the people behind all the sickness of the world, man. These people, man, Esau, Edom. Are you telling me that this is the Lord's people? Get out of here, man. This dude was a monster, bro. And you can read up on Alfred Kinsey. I'm not going to go through it because I want to make this lesson a little more concise than usual. I'm going to play this little video right here. I'm going to play this right here, man. It says, what you didn't know about Hugh Hefner and Alfred Kinsey.
I met up with Dr. Judith Reisman, a world historian in the destruction of human sexuality.
Dr. Reisman is recognized as an expert witness exposing the sex industry's hidden agenda.
Playboy suit. Playboy suit. Libel and slander. I won.
And what happened? She's fought the pornography industry for decades and even won a lawsuit against Playboy.
So how did we get here? To where we're at today? I don't think pornography has always been such an epidemic cancer within our society like it is today.
Not at all.
Not at all. We were up to the end of the Second World War
a conservative Judeo-Christian nation. The turning point for all that
Dr.
Alfred Kinsey. His book, Sexual Behavior in the Human Male, 1948. He was the father of the sexual revolution, and therefore the father of everything that has come from that, and certainly one of the key things was pornography.
Dr. Alfred Kinsey ushered the destruction of our nation's moral code with his books, Sexual Behavior in the Human Male and Sexual Behavior in the Human Female, known as the Kinsey Reports. The world recognized him as the leading scientific expert on human sexuality. The reports claim that humans were sexual from birth, and that what we deemed as immoral sexual behavior was actually normal, thus making it moral.
Once a biologist, see that? You know, that's why the scripture says this in the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 13. Isaiah 29 and 13. Right? It says, Isaiah 29 and 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? And that's right. Esau, Edom, he's turned everything upside down. And it's all of these Edomites. It's the Jays, it's the Temanites, the Germans, it's the rest of them, the devils. all these Edomites, what do? They turn everything upside down, and they esteem it as a potter's clay. So the sexual destruction not only destroyed the minds of children and who became adults. You know, this dude, Al Goldstein, right? And he is a monster, man. This devil was behind all this filth, you know. And then he would say shit like he did about how they hate Christ. Right here, views on religion. In 2004 book, XXX Communicated, Rebel Without a Show, Luke Ford wrote about a conversation with Goldstein in which Ford asked Goldstein why Jews were dramatically overrepresented in the porn industry. He answered, the only reason that Jays are in the pornography is that they think Christ sucks. So these people are anti-Mashiachs. Catholicism sucks. We don't believe in authoritarianism. Pornography thus became a way of defiling Christian culture, and as it penetrates to the very heart of the American mainstream, and is no doubt consumed by those very same WASP, which is what is white Anglo-Saxon Protestants. It is subversive. Its subversive character becomes more charged. Ford then asks, what does it mean to you to be a J? To which Goldstein responded, it doesn't mean anything. It means that I'm called a kike, for a kike, known as a K word in the ethnic slur of a J. Ford also asks, do you believe in God? Goldstein said, I believe in me. I'm God. Screw God. God is your need to believe in some super being. I am the super being. Oh my God. I am your God. Oh my God. He said, I am the super being. I am your God. Admit it. We're random. We're the flea on the butt of the dog. You see the shit that come out this devil's mouth, man? You see the shit that come out this devil's mouth? But it's in the scriptures. It's in the scriptures. It's the book of 2 Thessalonians. 2 Thessalonians. 2 Thessalonians, I think it's chapter 2. Yep. It says, now I beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord, Yahushua HaMashiach, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, or by word, or by letter from us, as that day of Hamashiach is at hand. Let no man be deceived by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And we know that man of sin, the son of perdition, is Esau Edom, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And look, we just read it. This came out of the words of Al Goldstein, man. This devil right here, this piece of shit devil that's dead. He died in 2013, right? This piece of shit right here, he said that he is God. That came out of his mouth. Slacky. Let's see, views on religion. Yeah, he says, I am the super being. I am your God. Admit it. We're random, and we're not random. We're the flea on a butt of a dog, and that's how you feel, right? But this nigga died. Goldstein died on December 2013 at age 77 of renal failure. Renal failure, also known as end-stage kidney disease. So the Lord killed this man. He put this devil to death, man, for his blasphemy, man. This devil right here. You know what I'm saying? He didn't believe, and he didn't care that he was a Jew. It didn't mean nothing to him. He didn't believe in the Most High. The Most High wasn't in his thoughts. You know what I'm saying? He says, which goes throughout, it says, what does it mean to you to be a Jew? To which Goldstein responded, it doesn't mean anything. It means that I'm called a kite. Man, and ain't nobody really coming at you, Jays, like that, man. You know, but these people are the ones, man. These are the ones that are at the head of everything, man. That's why the Lord said this in Job 30:8. They were children of fools, right? The fool have said in his heart, there is no God. The fool said that. They were children of fools, yeah, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. And that's what you Edomites are. You're the children of base men, and you're viler than the earth. It says they are nameless fools, outcast from society, man. Right? You look up that word for viler, right? The Hebrew word there is nakah. 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 And it says to strike, to scourge, to smite, to drive away. Viler. You know? Yeah. To scourge out. And the Lord, Yahweh Shalom Shai, is about to scourge you Edomites out the earth, man. You know, everything you touch, you pollute. You know, you polluted something that Yahweh Shalom Shai created to be natural between man and woman, and you made it something else, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's going to get you, man. And so that, shalom, on to the next, man.